Guys, we were talking last night about a scenario where we were taking the back, where we were in the knee on belly. Our partner started to turn, but they kept their shoulder on the mat and they built up to their knees. So roll, turn, get on your shoulder, build up to your knees. We talked about, go ahead. We talked about sliding our hook in right there and then taking our partner's back. There's slight different body positions that will change how you take the back. What I just showed was she stayed on her shoulder, built up to the knees. On this one, it's your partner's gonna build up to an elbow first. So turn up to an elbow. Yeah, and start turning. Now we're right here. Yeah, see, this is a scenario where you're gonna have to also be able to take somebody's back. And you have to make sure that you understand the position and how different options for making this thing happen. One big thing, I still have that knee riding. My hand, let's rewind a little bit. We're starting with the knee on belly. My hand is cupping the hip. My elbow is overlapping my knee. This is kind of forming a little, it's almost like that weird parentheses thing that you guys see with the little spike in the middle. That's what I feel like this is. It's like caging in on the hips and it's connected right in here in the middle where my knee and elbow are overlapping. When she goes to turn, I'm controlling both sides of her body. You guys see that? My shin and my forearm and my hand. So this has really good control over the hips. When I get here, my partner starts to turn, my hand is also gonna start to go over the shoulder. And now what we're looking to do, ideally, is not let our partner build up to their knees. First, I'll show that. So start to turn. As they start to turn, look what I can do. You guys see that pull? As they're going, I'm trying to keep them on their hips. And if I can do that, I'm baseball sliding my knee in this hole underneath their rib cage. If I can get that knee in, I'm gonna finish locking my seat belt, and now we're gonna step over. From here, I'm sitting to the hip, pulling them up into my lap, and then we rock to the other side. From here, if you have the leg length, body triangle your partner. If you're not long-legged enough to lock around your partner's waist, go foot to foot. And now we're ready to attack the back. So, we're here. I have this knee on belly, I'm cupping the hip. They start to turn, I'm sliding right here. I'm catching the shoulder. I'm pulling back to keep them onto their hip. If they were still trying to turn, I'm pulling. You guys see this? Look, it's hard for them to build up right here. I'm making sure that knee goes in that hole. I'm gonna step over the waist, not just the hook. I mean, you could make it work with the hook, but let's go over the waist. Now I'm pulling them back into my lap, pulling their chest into my chest. I rock to the far side, and now I'm on their back. My leg is already reinforced across the waist. You can lock the body triangle or foot to foot. Let's turn the other way and do the reverse side for them. So we're here. As they start to turn, I stay low and I catch my partner right here. I'm hugging. My shin is still up and on their back, because if they kept turning, I would have to do a slight little variation of this. We'll talk about that in a second. But as they turn, I slide that knee in that bottom hole. I lock the seat belt. I throw the leg over. I pull that heel in. I pull them up into my lap as I rock to the other side. Body triangle. But it's, maybe you're having trouble getting your leg up and over at that moment where you're trying to step over the hip. So go ahead and turn. She goes, I catch, I'm here. I lock that. One thing that I do sometimes is if I feel like my hip mobility isn't gonna allow, you know, that little articulation, one thing I do is I'll sit here. Now, have your knees up a little bit. What I do is as I rock, here comes the foot. The foot during the rock, I'll put it on the thigh. Let's rock back. So I'm here. My knee was up on the back. My shin's on the back. As I sit here. Now, if her knee is up, what I do is I put the heel and I stretch it out and then tuck it in. And then rock. Finish the rock, and now we're here.